Hello everyone, good morning. I'm Indrani, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of English, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering College, Hyderabad. Today we are going to discuss about word formation. What is word formation? What are the types of word formation? And with examples, and what are the rules in the word formation? So let's start. So the English language is known for its wonderful quality of the way in which words and sentences are formed and used. Most English vocabulary arises by making new lexemes out of old one, either by adding an affixes to previous existing forms, altering their words class, or combining them to produce components. This process of construction of new words is of interest to the grammarians as well as lexicologists. So we are going to discuss today about different types. How are words formed? Are there any rules by which words are formed? Let's find out. This session will guide you what word formation is, the various types of word formations, and the rules to be adhered to when forming words. The number of examples given in these slides will make you learning the new process of word formation with more effective and easier. So in this topic, we are discussing about what is actually the word formation, types of word formations with examples, and rules to be followed when forming new words. So in English, we have different processes. First, we are going to discuss about what actually the definition of word formation. So word formation process, it's also called as morphological process, is a means by which new words are produced either by modification or by existing word or by complete innovation. Like neologism is a new type of formation of words where we are using different new words, so which in turn become a part of our languages. So these are the different types, 6 types of word formation. So first one is derivation, compounding, blending, acronyms, loanwords, and neologism. So first, we are going to discuss about derivation. So what is the derivation? What is the process of derivation? It is also one of the type of methods of word formation where new words are derived from the existing words by the process of affixation. So what is the process of affixation? Affixing means the syllable which we add before a base word and after the base word. So that is the process of affixation. So the actual definition of derivation is this process is normally done through suffixation or prefixation. That is to say, adding a suffix or a prefix. So for example, so here we can see the example. The word govern, from the word govern, we have derived many words like governor, government, governable, and misgovern, ex-govern, ungovernable, are all the words which are derived from the base word govern. And one more example you can take like plant. Like we can derive many words like planting, planted, implants. So all these are the words which we have derived from the base word plant. And this process is called as a derivation, where we follow the process of suffixation, means fixing a syllable in front of the base word or at the back of the base word. And we follow some examples here. The term prefix, affixation, the term prefix refers to one or more syllables added to the stem of the word. So actual meaning of what is a prefix is one or more alphabets or a syllable which we add to the stem of a word, mostly to make it a negative prefix. So mostly we prefix some syllables to form a negative form of the words. Like the most commonly used prefix includes in, un, dis, im, ir, extra, or the prefixes we use before the stem word to form a new word, and this process is a derivation of from another word. So like example, from the discipline, we have added a new word. We have prefixed a word, a syllable, sorry, in discipline. Ethical, we have prefixed un. We got a new word, unethical. Practical, so the prefix im we have placed in front of the word practical and derived the new word impractical. And respect is the prefix we have added fixed dis to the word respect, and we have got the new word, derived the new word disrespect. And responsible is the word, and where we have prefixed ir and we have got the new word irresponsible. So this is one of the process. Prefix, we add a prefix and formed the prefix with to the one word, and we have got another new word, and this is the derivation. And suffixes, so a suffix, what is a suffix actually? A suffix is a short syllable added at the end of the base word. So the addition of the suffixes usually changes the word class of a particular word. The most common suffixes include meant, ness, ity, ous, tion, sion, ale, able, ibel, iv, ly, ate, er, or. So all these are the suffixes. So where we add at the end of the base word and we derive a new word. Like for example, comprehend. Comprehend. For the word comprehend, we have added the suffix sion and we have derived a new word comprehension. And so comprehend is a verb and comprehension is a noun, and it changes the word class. So when we derive this, when we add the suffixes to the base word, so usually it changes the word class. So the verb which was comprehend and now it has become a comprehension. And one more, comprehensible. So what is the suffix we have added? IBLE is the suffix we have added and it has become comprehensible. And what is this comprehensible is an adjective. Okay. Next, inform. Inform is a verb. So what is the suffix we have added for this inform? TION is the suffix we have added. And inform is a verb. And information, the derived word which we got is a information. And information is a noun. And one more derived word. So by adding TIVE is, so informative. Informative is an adjective. So from informations we have got, from inform we have got information and informative. And one more word, invest. Invest is a verb, and invest, from invest we have derived the new word investment by adding the suffix ment, investment, which is a noun, and by adding or which we got investor, new word investor, which is also a noun. So two words are derived. So I like this. Likewise, we can derive many other words. Invest, investment, investor. And one more example, write. So we have added a suffix er to write, which was a verb. Now it has become writer, which is a noun. Next, authorize. Authorize is a verb and we have suffixed ation and we have got a new word. We have derived a new word, authorization. So this is a, so through like this, we have derived many words, many vocabulary, many new words have formed, we formed in the English language. So this is a very important process where we have derived many words from the existing words by the process of affixation, by adding the prefix and suffix to the existing words. So this is a one important process of word formation. Next we move with the compounding. So what is compounding? Compound words. We know that when two words join together and treat it as a new word, we call single word, we call it as a compound words. So let us see what is the process of compounding and how these compound words are formed in the English language. Next, compounding, it occurs when two or more words are merged to make one new word. the definition of compounding is when two or more words are added and we treat it as when we merged and when new words comes, generate, formed. It's a process of compounding. Example words. So notebook. Notebook is a compound word where which we have come from the two words like note and book. We merged these two words and we got a new word, that is notebook. Okay, this is a compound word. And superhero is also a word which we have got, which was formed from super and hero. So two words together merged and we got a new words like football. So football, foot is a word, single word, and ball is another word. We merge two words and we form the new word, that is football. Okay, so this is the process of compounding when two or more words are merged and form the new word. See here, example. So the component stems of the words. One important point we have to check over here. So what is it? The component stems of the compound may be one part of the speech, as in the case of English word like footpath, composed of two nouns, foot and path. So if you take the example of this word footpath, so both are nouns. So maybe they may belong to single parts of same parts of speech, like foot is a noun and path is also noun. And there another chance is also there that they may also belongs to different parts of speech. So compound words, it's not that compound words must be both components must be of the same parts of speech. So they may belong to different parts of speech. Like, say, example, see here. They may belong to different parts of speech, as in the case of the word blackbird. So composed of adjective. So black is an adjective and bird is a noun. So this blackbird is a compound word which has formed from the two words from black and bird, where black is an adjective and bird is a noun. So compound words can be formed with the same parts of speech as well as with the different parts of speeches also. And many compound words we can see classroom, many other different words we are generated with the process of this compounding. And compounding is also helped many words to generate to be formed in the vocabulary, in English vocabulary. Next. So what is the next method? Blending. Blend, the meaning of the blend is mixing. So here also we mixed words to form a new words. So in linguistic, a blend is one formed from the blend word is one formed from parts of two words. So two other words. So blend word is a word which has formed from the parts of two other words. So most of the blend words are by one of the following method. See, we can take the example like smog. Smog is a blend word. So what are the parts, two different parts through which the smoke has formed? From smoke and fog. So from smoke we took SMO and FOG and smoke, two words, and we formed the new word, that is smog is a blend word which has formed from smoke and fog. And one more word like spork. Spork is also a blend word which has formed from spoke and spoon and fork. Spork is a blend word which has formed from spoon and fork. And cyborg is a blend of cybernetic and organism. And the word motel, now it's mainly used, now you usually use this motels, we find these motels on the highways. So what is this motel? So motel is also a blend word which has formed from motor and hotels. Okay, so these are blend words. And common word, that is brunch, is a blend word of lunch and breakfast. The small meal which we take at 11 o'clock, we call it as a brunch. So this brunch is also a blend word of lunch and breakfast. So this is also an important main method of important method of word formation, where different words are formed in the linguistics. So by combining the words, by blending the one part of the word to with the other part of the word and forming a new word, it's called as a blending, where we have formed different words in this process. Different words have come existence in the English language with this formation, with this method of blending. Next process is acronyms. Acronym. So we know abbreviations. So abbreviation like USSR. This is an abbreviation. NATO. What is the difference between abbreviations and acronyms? So abbreviation is a word or name from the initial components in a phrase or a word. We take all the initial letters of the names and we combine together and we use it as a single name. Those are called as acronyms. And abbreviations, we do not pronounce it as a single word. We separate the words and pronounce like USSR. So examples, you take the acronyms, examples of acronyms. So acronyms, NATO. So North Atlantic Treaty Organization. So we took the initial letters from North N, from Atlantic A, Treaty T, Organization O. So we all put together, we join all the initial letters and we pronounced it as a single word, and that is an acronym. So North Atlantic Treaty Organization, we in a short we call it as a NATO. And next, scuba. We all know what is a scuba dive. So underwater, the dive which is underwater, we have some apparatus and we have a dive underwater, breathing apparatus at the back, and we go to the dive. So this is scuba dive. We call it as a scuba dive. So scuba, this is an acronym which has formed from self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. Contained, C, we took underwater, U, breathing, B, apparatus, A. Together we have joined all this word and formed a new word. So scuba is a new word which we have formed from this self-apparatus underwater, self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. So new word scuba has generated from this. Next, laser. Laser is also an acronym which has formed from the words light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. So laser is an acronym which has formed, which we took L from light, A from amplification, S from stimulated, E from emission, R from radiation, and we joined all these letters and we joined and we pronounced it as a single word, that is laser. Laser is an acronym. Next, GIF, graphic interchange format, is an acronym which we use nowadays. So this is also an important method of word formation where new words are formed and we use into our spoken language. Next, loaned words. So loaned words. What is a loan? Borrowing. So we borrowed many words from other languages and we are using in English. So such type of method of using other words which we took from other languages and we are using in our English, we call them as a loaned words. So actual definition of loan words. In linguistics, loan translation is a word or phrase borrowed from other language by word for word or root for root translations. So we means to borrow a word or phrase from other languages. So we borrowed many words from other languages and we are using in our English conversations. So words are usually loaned when two cultures come in contact with each other. So now with people moving here and around from other countries, going to settle, we people settle in other countries and other comes to in our country, and we have a mutual understanding and people mingle with the other people. The reason, so words are usually formed when two cultures come in contact with each other. So the reason can be example of migration. People migrate because of uh, uh, the employment and because of the business and to visit to the places. So because of this migration, uh, now many words we are using from other cultures, from other regions, and we are using in our language. And even a trade is also, business is also one of the main reasons for this usage of this loan words. And fashion is also, people are very much interested, passionate about the fashions of Western culture. So, by following the fashions of Western cultures and the vocabulary which are used in that we also adopt, try to borrow that, try to adopt and use that vocabulary in our English spoken language. Like even arts and food is also one of the reason for this loaned words, for borrowing of the words. So, what are the loan words? Let us see some examples of loan words. So, which we use in English language, like cafe. Cafe is a word, loaned word, which it doesn't belongs to English. So, cafe is a word which we have borrowed from the French. And bazaar is a word, loan word, which we borrowed from the Persian language, and which means it is a market. And kindergarten. Kindergarten, we treat it as an English word, but it belongs to, origin is from German. It's a German word, and we have taken that German word and we are using it our English linguistics. Like it's which literally means children's garden. Okay, so these are few loan words, and some more loan words we'll check out in these examples of loan words. Tycoon. Tycoon is also a loan words, which means we apply to wealthy business leader, a powerful business leader. We call it him as a tycoon. Ajim Premji is a tycoon in business. Next, he is a very powerful business leader. Next, karate. Karate is also a loan word, which we have taken from Japanese. A fighting style which includes the use of hands and feet. Next, emojis. Emojis is also a loan word. It's a ideogram used in electronic message and web pages. And Sudoku is also a loan word, which is a game with numbers. And tsunami is also a loan word, which means a large wave caused by earthquake. And bonsai is also a loan word, which is a small plant. It's a miniature trees. We call them as a bonsais. So these are all the loan words, examples of the loan words. These are only the few words. Many words are there which we took from other regions and we are using in our English language. So this is also a process of word formation where new words are formed in English and we are using in our day-to-day conversation. And next, neologism. So what is this neo? The name itself means that is new. New words have come into existence. So what is the process through which new words have come? See, because of the internet, main source of this neologism, existing of new words, usage of new words is through internet. Okay, so neo in the sense new. This word is derived from the Greek word. Even neologism is a word which we took from the Greek language. So many origin of the words have come from Greek and Latin languages. So neologism is also a word which we have borrowed from, which is originated from the Greek word neo, which means new, and logos means speech. Together we have combined these two words and formed the new word, that is neologism. And this process is compounding. And this neologism is also one of the method which new words are coined and they are used in our English linguistics. And neologisms are the new coined words like word or phrase that may be in the process of entering into common use. We use these new words in common in our day-to-day conversations. neologism can completely, or the new words with new meanings, and this over time people create these new words so that address concepts or ideas. So neologism can become popular by the way of mass media. What is the reason? So main reason of this new words, existing of new words, formation of new words is through mass media and through internet. And some of the examples of this neologistic words are gadget. So earlier we were not familiar with this word gadget, but now because of this electronic technology, advancements in technology, and we call these electronic goods as gadgets. So now, like phone, everything, we call them electronic gadgets. And gadget is a neologistic word, new word which has been coined and we are using. And puzzle is also a new word. And Google is also googling, is also a new word. And Twitter, Instagram. So all these are the new words which came into existence with the main source of the internet and mass media also. And next, so last is a clipping. Clip, cut. What do you mean by just the meaning of the word is cut? So many words are formed through cutting, the process of cutting the words into shorter words, and those short words we are using into our spoken language. Next, actual definition of clipping. So this means literally clipping the word, which means cutting of the word to make it shorter. So this normally makes the word more informal or appealing. So in example, take the words advertisements. Actually, the formal word which we use is advertisements. So just we clipped the last part of the word and just we retained ad. So just instead of using the whole word advertisement, just we clipped the word and we are using ad. And same like hamburger. Hamburger is a word and we just clip the first portion of the word and we are using burger. And demonstration is also word and just we clipped the last portion of the word and just we are using the word demo. So these are the different methods of how words are formed in the English language. So neologism, compounding, clipping, blending, deriving, and this compounding, all these are the different methods where new words are formed into existence. And next, so let us discuss about the rules to be followed when forming the words. So what are the rules we have to take care of when new words are formed into existence? So before making any change to the stem of the word, try to analyze what kind of meaning you want the word to convey and what role the word will have to play in the sentence. So before changing the meaning, before changing the stem of the word, try to analyze. So what kind of word you want to convey. So this is very important. When words are formed by conversation, be very careful. Make sure you know that you are converting them accurately and using them in the sentence properly. Next, when forming a compound words, see it that you hyphenate them if necessary. So when you are constructing these compound words, just be careful that if they require any hyphenate like cooperate, try to hyphenate them if necessary. Use the right combination of the words and do not mix and match with any other words. And next, so forming degrees of comparison can also put under word formation. So degrees of comparison like superlative degree and comparative degree, also this also constructs a new words. So in this case, the comparative and superlative degrees are formed just by adding er and est to the end of the adjective. The comparative and superlative degrees of polysyllabic words are formed by using more and most respectively along with the adjective. So this is also may be considered as one of the process of word formation, like forming a superlative degrees and comparative degree words by adding er and est. And next we are going to see what are the root words. So what is a root word? So root word, even this root words, so also we added, when we are deriving the words, we added a prefix and suffix to the root words. So root word is also a process of the, is also includes in the vocabulary, construction of the new words, knowing the meaning of the new words. So root words, if you know the meaning of the root words, it helps to know the meaning of the word. So the basic word to which affixes, prefix and suffix are added is called a root word, because it forms the basis of the new word. So for example, the word lovely consists of the word love. So love is the root word where we added ly to form the new word. So root word here is a love is the root word. And learning. So what is the use of this root word? So learning just one root word can help you understand several words in English. So by learning just 30 of the root words, you can expand your English vocabulary to include hundreds of new words. Just if you know few meanings of few new words, 20, 30 of new words, you can guess the meaning of at least for the 100 words. So learning the meaning of the root words is very important. So most of the English root words came from the Greek and Latin languages. So here, see as an example, you can take the word construction. So in this word construction, struck is the root word. Okay. So from this struck, we have added the prefix con, and we have added the prefix, the suffix ion, and we have got the new word constructions. So here struct is a root word. What is the meaning of this struct? If you know the meaning of this struct, we can guess. So what does this word convey? Struct in the sense build. Okay. So construct means the process. Construction is which means the process or act of building. So just if you know the meaning of this struct, we can easily guess the meaning of constructing, constructive, and which gives the adjective, which and means helpful in developing or improving something. Constructive feedbacks. So constructive criticism. So now let's build into this constructive, adding ly, constructively. Constructive gives the word, by adding ly we get the new word constructively, and it is an adverb. It means doing something in a way that is helpful. So just by knowing the meaning of just struct, root word struct, we can guess the meaning of several words like construction, constructive, constructing, constructively. So all these words comes under the family of this root word construct. So let us discuss and some other words. There are many other words that has got the base word construct, like destruct. This we know this is a while using the derivation prefix is a dis. D is the prefix which we added for this destruction. Okay, so which gives the negative meaning. So it's the act of taking part of damaging something that was built. Destruction. Okay, so if you next instruction, in is also a prefix which we added for the word, means the act of building knowledge, and has a similar meaning of the to the word during teaching. Okay, so here we have some root words like auto. So let us discuss some meanings of this root words. So auto means self, autocrat, automatic. If you know the meaning of auto, means it is something which relates to the self. And bene, beneficial, benevolent, benedict. So all this, benefactor. So if you know bene, what is the meaning of this bene is good. If you know the meaning of this bene, which conveys that it is good, you can easily guess the meaning of benefactor, the factors which are good for us, and benevolent. Okay. So next, cordio, which means heart, And cardiovascular, cardiology means it's related to the disease of heart. Study cardiology, it's a study of heart. And sid means go, ill, intercede, recede, concede. So likewise counter means it says something about opposite and counterattack. Derm means people. Demography, democracy, demographic. So which is related to the people. If you know the meaning of them, you can possibility to guess the meaning of the different words. Next, derm is skin. It tells it's related to something skin. And dermatology, study of skin. Next, epidermis, something which is related to, you can guess, epidermis is a disease which is related to the and equi is equal. So likewise, so sleep, hypno means sleep, hypnosis, hypnotic. And so you can guess the meaning of the words if you know the root word, if you know the meaning of the new root word. Next, intra. So these are some root words. Intra, which is within, intrapersonal, intramural, intravenous, intracellular. So all these are the words which we formed from the root word intra. Next, ject, reject, eject, inject, throw. Next, mal means bad. So we got malignant, malfunction, malice. So all these are the words which we have generated from the root word mal. Magni means big, great, magnificent, magnifying. Multi means many, multiple, multifaceted, multilingual. Omni means all, omnipotent, omnipresent, omnivorous. And poly means many, polymagnus, polygamous, polychrome, polytheist. So if you know the meaning of this, poly means many, you can guess the meaning of other words. So script means write, manuscript, postscript. And sect means cut, dissection, section. Next, vis means a visual, seeing, envision, evident. So all these are the root words through which many other new words are formed. So from taking the base of this root words, we have prefixed and suffixed, and many new words are formed in the English vocabulary. And this root words, if you know the meaning of the new root words, you can easily guess the meanings of many other words. So learning new words is very helpful, and it also helps in competitive examinations, in our conversation, improving your communication skills. So students aspiring to learn, to move, to study abroad, have to know the new vocabulary and try to use them in this conversation. Thank you for giving this opportunity.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.